Hi, this is Ayanna with Black Atheists of America. Welcome to our 9th session of The Bible Actually Says. In this series, we discuss the Bible as it should be read, cover to cover. Today, I have with me Ray, who is also a member of Black Atheists of America. While we will not be reading every verse, we may choose to quote the Bible. If so, just know that we will be using the King James Version. We will start by recapping last week's show, then pick up where we ended off. We will go through as many verses as time permits. We hope you enjoy the show. Please feel free to comment and subscribe. So, last week we were introduced to Noah and this boat, this ark, if you will, that he has to build because God kind of threw a tantrum.
Okay, so let me remember now. We have a 500-year-old man that's going to build a boat for God.
Right, a complicated one.
Yeah, well, he got the blueprints. Yeah,
right.
he's got blueprints, and God knows exactly how he wants it.
Right.
And he's doing this. Why is he doing this?
Maybe we will find he was pissed off at society. Everything he created wasn't acting right. They were
becoming prosperous.
They were becoming prosperous.
And that kicked God off because he wants a dumb society.
Exactly.
Okay, so why don't we pick it up from there?
So we're going to pick it up, Genesis 7, verse 4.
Okay.
For yet 7 days, and I will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And every living substance that I have made will I destroy from off the face of the earth.
Wait a minute. So Noah had 7 days to make this boat.
Right.
7 days.
7 days.
One guy, 500 years old. 500 years old.
Days.
And he's got 7 days. Okay. He's better get to work really, really fast.
And really, yeah. And be really fast at the actual building of the boat.
Maybe he'll leave the paint off or something.
Yeah, I suppose. So Noah does what what God tells him, and it says he was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth.
Wait a minute, that's not so fast. Not so fast. I'm still not sure how this is going to happen. Now he's got to bring in either 2 of every kind or 7 of every kind. Right.
He's got to figure out which one.
He's got to figure out.
Because I think some of them are 2, right? And some of them are 7? Or were they all 7?
And does Noah have any transportation? Does it say anything in there about his transportation?
No.
So how is he going to get the T-Rex out of America? I mean, he only has 7 days. It's not like he can walk.
Well, maybe they're all in. You know what? He's got to build the boat first, and then he gets the animals on the boat.
But he has 7 days.
Read the 7-day thing again.
Okay. 7:4. For yet 7 days, I, and that's God, will cause it to rain upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. And okay, I lost my place. And every living substance that I have made, I will destroy from off the face of the earth.
Yeah, but does that mean that he has to have all animals on the boat? Doesn't that just mean the boat needs to be made by then?
It's going to start raining in 40 days.
I know, but we already discussed how this doesn't affect the fish, or it shouldn't affect the fish the way it affects land animals.
Okay, but he's saying here that the water is going to destroy. Well, he doesn't say the water is going to do it, but you can make the assumption that the rain is the thing that's going to wipe out everything.
Right.
And so it's going to rain so hard that it's going to cover the whole earth.
Mm-hmm. For 40 days and 40 nights.
So what about those high mountains like Mount Everest and all? It's going to rain that much?
Hey, God he needs to get this done and over with. So why wouldn't it rain there? It only needs to really rain, technically, I would think, where there are animals that need to be destroyed.
Yeah, but you see, this is my problem, okay? As long as we're in the troposphere, things can breathe, right? Mm-hmm. Now, once you start covering the whole earth, some of these mountains are up in the stratosphere.
Mm-hmm.
There's no oxygen up there, or very little. How are these animals going to survive? And then what about the? I mean, he has 7 days, which means he has to go to Australia. He's got he's got to go
You
to the
know what?
United
I look
States.
at I look at him, and he's
What
500
about the
slash.
Hawaiian Islands? Is he going to stop by there and pick up a couple of species?
He may
or-
be able to figure it out. He's between 500 and 600 years old. I mean, he's
Yeah.
seen a lot.
Oh, he's 600 by now.
He's 600, right?
Yeah.
So he's seen a lot, and he's going to figure it out. He's had a couple of 100 years to get his life together. I'm just saying. I mean, most of us got to get our lives together within 20 years, 30 years. He's had it almost easy. I mean, building a boat by yourself is just stupid.
I would not want to work for God.
No.
This is
And people complain about sweatshops, but I mean, God,
no wonder there's
That's
slavery
worse.
in the Bible.
right?
God knows all about it. So 7:5, and Noah did according unto all that the Lord commanded him. So he got the job done.
He got it done somehow. He
Got it
doesn't really
done.
go into
500
detail.
years
I'd like to see the blueprint. I'd like to. I mean, because he can help the rest of society. I mean, look how long it takes to build a freaking house.
Wow, look how long it takes to build a boat today.
Yeah, or even
Yeah.
a boat
If
today.
you order
exactly.
a yacht, even. I mean, this is like twice the size of. I mean, maybe 10 times the size of a yacht. Look how long you got to wait to get it, and they have whole factories working on that thing.
And yeah, an entire staff, an entire factory, an entire staff.
And Noah was 600. I told you it was 600. Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters was upon the earth. So he was 600 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So at least 7 days before, it's got to be 600. 600 is 600.
And he and his family went on the ark, and 7.
Okay.
And then 8 reads, of clean beasts, and of beasts that are not clean, and of fowls, and of everything that creepeth upon the earth. There went in 2, and 2 unto Noah into the ark, the male and the female, as God had commanded Noah.
So why doesn't God just pick up all these animals and like put them someplace or something? Why does he have a 600-year-old man building a boat?
He works in mysterious ways.
Okay, where we at now?
Verse 10.
We're at verse 10.
Right.
And it came to pass after 7 days that the waters of the flood were upon the earth.
Yep. So everything started on time.
Yeah, well, he's got a good clock.
And-
And God, you want
Oh,
to
I
read
was
that?
gonna. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were open.
Heaven has windows?
It's God's home, of course. Just like the windows, the ark had windows too. Remember, he had to make sure that
The
there were
ark
windows.
had one window.
Oh, well, yeah, one. But
Had
I
one-
mean, you know,
So heaven has windows. And I guess they open up.
yeah.
Or maybe God just wants to look down. Maybe that's how he calls the people. Hey, what's going on down there, y'all? Yeah, he probably opens the window and yells at. I know a lady that does that on Lexington Avenue in Brooklyn. Just open the window and call out into the street. So maybe he does that. And we're up to 12 yet?
Yep.
No. And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. Wow, just like God said.
Yep.
In the same, what is that, self-same?
Mm-hmm.
Never heard that one. In the self-same day entered Noah, Shem, and Ham, and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his son with them into the ark.
So he took his family. So I guess the 2 and 7 of everything didn't apply. Well, I remember when Noah asked, hey, can I bring the family along? And God was like, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, leave the friends. I think the beast, we can skip this one. It's the same thing. They, the beast after his kind, and the fowl. I didn't understand. How did he get the fowls again? Did he have like a net or something?
I don't know how. It just said that he was able to pull it off. That's all it says. It doesn't really give details as to how. But I'm just thinking that he could could have really helped society if he said, hey, this is how I did this. I think we'd be a lot further along if we were able to build boats in 7 days.
This guy is really busy. So in 7 days, this is what you're telling me. 7 days, he runs all the way around the whole earth, gathers up all types of animals. What about microorganisms? Does he get those too? He doesn't even have a microscope.
I don't know. I asked about the elephants last time. These are huge animals.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have a really stable boat. And then, you brought up dinosaurs earlier. How do you get the
What about the dinosaurs? Yeah.
on the boat?
Or the T-Rex. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to build cages for these things if you don't want them to eat each other. And he's probably got some type of net that he's going around and, capturing birds with. Hey, you think you might have time to stop by and dig up a couple of earthworms? Snakes? Caterpillars?
I'm still confused as to the gathering of the animals. And I'm not talking about physically gathering the animals, which it's still up in the air as to how he did that. I'm talking about animals that have gone extinct and then animals that have come to exist post the extinction of other animals. How did he gather?
Well, he didn't have to, because there were no animals that came post, because evolution never took place. So all of the animals that are on the earth today were on the earth at Noah's time. As a matter of fact, probably more. Some of them may have went extinct, and the ones that didn't go extinct, those are the ones that we have today.
Can you imagine? I mean, that made Noah's job that much harder. He had to do today's animals and basically yesterday's animals in one shot.
In one shot, and we're talking millions here.
And he's 600 years old.
You know who I feel sorry for, though? I feel sorry for Noah. I mean, not Noah, Adam. Because remember, he had to name all these things.
Yeah, did they? I don't think they ever I don't think they ever coexisted.
Well, they may not have, but I guess
because I think it would have made Noah's job a little bit easier if he was able to talk to Adam at some point.
Yeah.
Well, and then again, it's like, well, when did he get the news that he had to build the ark? Because I'm pretty sure Adam is long gone, right?
Yeah, he wouldn't have had time to hold a conversation. This guy would have been very busy. He would not have had time to hold a conversation with Adam. He's only got 7 days, and he's got to travel to every continent on the planet and get every species on the planet, get them all the way back to the Middle East somehow. This is within 7 days, and get them all on a boat and count them. Yeah,
and he did it. He is my hero right now.
Well, that's why God liked Noah, because Noah could do stuff like that.
So verses 14 through 16, basically reiterating the fact that you had all these living things on the boat. Noah took his family. So verse 17, same thing with the flood and the water. We can skip to 18. And the waters prevailed, and were increased greatly upon the earth. And the ark went upon the face of the waters. So now again, things moving.
Yeah.
So
they're on their way.
They're on their way. Yep. And 19. And the waters prevailed exceedingly upon the earth, and all the high hills that were under the whole heaven were covered.
What? How can it be under the whole heaven when they're already in heaven?
No, the hills are below heaven.
Okay. When I read this thing, I'm going to go back to Genesis 1:8. Let's see. Let me just pull that up. Genesis 1:8 says, and I quote, and God called the firmament heaven. Okay, that was Genesis 1:8. Right. And then you go down to Genesis 1:20, and God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creature, there's only one of those, that have life, and more importantly, the fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven.
Right.
So the bird is flying in heaven.
The bird is flying in heaven, which
And-
is above the mountains.
It's flying in heaven, and the mountains. Okay, even if it could be above the heaven, above the mountains are in heaven also.
No, the mountains are below the firmament.
The mountain, yeah, but we're talking about the heaven is the area, isn't it?
Right.
The firmament has area, and where the area is where the birds fly.
Which is just above the mountains.
But I see birds every day, and they're flying around around my head.
Right. Especially in New York City, pigeons that'll fly directly into
Right.
you. But
And it says
well-
that they're flying in heaven. So I don't understand how the mountains could be below heaven.
because God probably changed their behavior patterns. I mean, maybe back then they were all flying above the mountains, and now they're not.
Oh, no, I'll tell you what happened. God's been sniffing too many of those dead animals. He done messed around and changed the whole definition. That's separating the waters from the waters thing with the firmament. That's out of here. He's got a new definition.
Perhaps.
Now, he should consider writing some things down.
So we're on chapter 7, verse 20. 15 cubits upward did the waters prevail, and the mountains were covered.
Okay, so the boat's floating above the mountains, and the boat is up in the stratosphere, where the air is like 20 below zero or 50 below zero, and there's no oxygen hardly up above the snow caps, and they're just floating around, and these tropical animals that he's got are just doing fine. I take it. Okay.
21 is the best part. This is where God shows his talent, or that he at minimum follows through. And all flesh died that moved upon the earth, both of fowl and of cattle and of beast and of every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth, and every man, all in whose nostrils was the breath of life, of all that was in the dry land, died. So he was like, I said I was going to wipe him out. Boom.
But he didn't wipe out the fish. Bobby's still alive.
Bobby is still alive, yeah.
So he didn't wipe out everything.
No, just the land creatures that were acting up.
Just the land creatures. He likes the fish. I think he is a fish. He's a gay.
I think
God
so
is
too.
a gay fish.
It's starting to make sense.
Yeah, I had trouble before, but now I'm starting to understand. So God could be a gay fish that occasionally ODs while snorting freshly killed, burning animals.
So we're on 23. And every living substance was destroyed, which was upon the face of the ground, both man and cattle, and the creeping things, and the fowl of the heaven. And they were destroyed from the earth. And Noah only remained alive, and they that were with him in the ark.
Okay, so the T-Rex lives, and I guess parameciums live. There was two of those, a male and female. And oh yeah, he said male and female of every animal. What about those animals that aren't male and female, like one-cell organisms? They're not male and female. How did Adam get those?
Maybe they went into the... I don't know.
God
Maybe
didn't
he
even
had
talk about those.
Well, we still don't even know what tools he used. I mean, he made this boat to sustain all of this weight. What did he use?
What did he make the cages out of?
Okay, he didn't have cages. He just said, God said, don't eat anything but fruit. Remember?
Yeah, but you got a couple of T-Rexes on there. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you just going to let them run free with all those other animals?
Are you concerned that they're going to stomp somebody else out, or
They got to eat. That's what
they're going to eat the fruit? Didn't he-
T-Rexes with teeth like as long as my arm. They want to eat fruit.
Remember, God created things, and then he said,
Oh, he said pretend it's meat.
Yeah,
Right,
pretend it's meat.
Okay.
so the T-Rex had to make pretend.
And the waters prevailed. Where am I at? And
Yeah.
the waters prevailed upon the earth, and 150 days.
Right.
Oh, so we got 40 days, and then another 150 days. Or I guess we subtract out the 40.
110?
110 days? These animals are just floating around?
Yeah. I don't know.
Up in the
Well,
stratosphere.
maybe he only made it rain for 40 days and then
Okay, that would make sense. So for
the other
150
100.
days, we got a 600-year-old man and his family floating around in the stratosphere with a couple of really dangerous animals. I mean, millions of dangerous animals. Did he carry viruses and all of that?
I don't know.
It doesn't talk about that.
No.
Anyway,
So now we're going to move ahead to chapter 8. And the first verse reads, And God remembered Noah and every living thing, and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And God made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged. The fountains also of the deep and the windows of heaven were stopped, and the rain from heaven was restrained.
so we closed the window.
Right. Remember, well, what did we say? We said maybe that's how he looks down on what's on his creation.
So I was right. Now it's been confirmed. God is a fish. Because he has to be. Because what happened is when he opened the windows, all the water fell down. Right? It's not like he had to pour it out. It was already there. All he had to do was open the window and the water came down. Now, if he's in a situation where all he has to do is open a window, okay, he's a fish.
Yes, I agree. He's definitely living among water.
Yeah. He's a drugged out fish.
I'm confused. Why does this say he remembered Noah? Did he forget him? Like, I mean, it was 150 days.
Well, we've already established that God is a forgetful being. I mean, he had to create everything on the planet twice. So I don't find that unusual that he would actually put in his book that he remembered Noah this time.
And 8:3 states, And the waters returned from off the earth continually. And after the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated.
Where'd all the water go? Where did it go?
Maybe it fell. Is the earth flat? Did it
You mean
run
it
off?
fell off the side of the earth?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would work. That's right. If the earth is flat.
Hey, I don't know.
Right. And considering that gravity always goes down, so the water probably just rolled off. Yeah, okay. I'll buy that. It makes sense.
And verse 4, chapter 8 still. And the ark rested in the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month, upon the mountains of Ararat. And the waters decreased continually until the 10th month. In the 10th month, on the first day of the month, were the tops of the mountains seen. Your mountains are back.
My mountains are back. And these people and these animals are still freezing their butts off up in the stratosphere for 10 months.
Yeah.
I mean, we got people who try to hike up there and can't survive.
What was the point of him having a wind, though? Remember?
Oh yeah, he made a wind. That was to blow the waters off the earth.
Oh.
Otherwise than that, the waters will just pile up. How you going to get them off?
Yeah.
You got to get it to roll off to the side.
Verse 6, And it came to pass at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark which he had made. And he sent forth a raven, which went forth to and fro until the waters were dried up from off the earth. What?
That's what you took the word right out of my mouth.
Well, I'm glad he finally got use of the window. But what was the point of saying a raven is a bird?
It's a bird.
So
it doesn't say after 150 days. He
right,
says
and then
after
it went
40.
back to the 40 days.
After 40 days, he sent the raven.
Maybe I'm not understanding this. I thought he was floating around for 150 days because the waters were so high.
That's what it says in 8:3.
Right.
And he was floating around for 150 days. And
So he sent the bird into the water? If he opened
yeah.
the window on the ark, wouldn't water come in?
Oh, I got it. He's saying that.
Oh, no, because they were above.
He's saying that he didn't know if after it stopped raining, and God closed the window, right? He didn't know if there was dry land anywhere.
Right.
So between the 40 days and 150 days, which is about 110 days, during that 110 days, he kept sending this bird out to look for land.
That was smart.
Well, makes me think it might have been Noah's idea.
Yeah, certainly. Noah clearly does not trust God, nor would I.
Anyway, that brings us to the end of another Bible session. So quick. And what did we learn today? Well, I've learned something very important. If you're going on a boat ride with your friend Noah, bring an oxygen tank. This is Ray signing off.
And this is Ayanna with Black Atheists of America. Thank you for listening. Please feel free to comment and subscribe.